Now, the presidential running mates televised debate is scheduled for today. Uncertainty still surrounds who will actually be in attendance. Despite there being 8 candidates to deputize the 8 presidential candidates, incumbent Deputy President William Ruto appeared to cast doubt on his attendance through his Twitter handle that he indicated he was not aware of the debate. Earlier, President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga indicated they would not attend the presidential debate that was scheduled for July the 10th, but later moved to July 24th following the uncertainty occasioned by a court case filed by Debarl, one of the presidential aspirants challenging it. While this easily takes the edge off the debate, expectation is high that their deputies will not follow suit. Not only is our democracy still young, weakened institutions mean that only a televised debate that will be able to reach millions of Kenyans wherever they are offer them the chance to scrutinize the men who are potentially presidents in waiting. There is no denying many of them are not known to Kenyans, and financial constraints deny them the chance of organizing high-voltage public rallies across the country. Besides being loyal deputies, they should demonstrate that they can lead in the likelihood of their bosses getting incapacitated. Through the debate, Kenyans can easily get to know them and gauge their capabilities. And we're asking you this morning, do you think it is important for the running mates to appear for today's debate? Do you think it is important for the running mates to appear for today's scheduled debate? Hit us on Twitter. AM Live NTV is a Twitter handle. AM Live NTV is a profile name on Facebook, and 20505 our SMS portal. Already we have a panelist in studio. We shall be engaging on this and a raft of other issues as far as politics is concerned today. But before we drill deeper, let's look at what we have in the dailies, the good, the bad and the ugly. We start with the Daily Nation. Magufuli impact. Shifting regional politics, it says. Alliance between the Tanzanian leader and Raila has rewired politics and influence in the region and upended diplomatic relations. Curse or blessings? A probing question there, but we have full information on page 2, 3 and 4 of the Daily Nation today. Intrigue, Tanzania opposition boss backs Uhuru in polls, it says. Well, let me try and zoom out a bit so that you can see it clearly. Normally, governments in the region quietly back each other at elections by declaring open support for President Uhuru Kenyatta. The Tanzanian opposition has signaled a new regional political alliance in which their country's president is believed to be supporting the opposition in Kenya. This cross-border meddling might optimistically be the precursor to political federation or a big diplomatic blunder. That story continues on page 4 of today's Daily Nation. Still on the front cover of the Daily Nation, Kenya shines as Youth Gala ends. A record crowd, electric atmosphere and superb track and field performances marked the final day of World Under-18 Athletics Championships. We'll give you all the goody details in a news bulletin this morning, but you can follow the full report on page 48 and 51 of today's Daily Nation. Moving on, let's see what we have on the front page of The Star this morning. Raila battles to seal rigging loopholes, it says. NASA leader says previous elections have been stolen through IBC. He has engaged in an unrelenting, aggressive and complex in and out of court battle to eliminate all possible electoral theft ahead of elections or election. That story on page 4 and 5 of The Star this morning. We move on and we see what also we have on the front page of the People Daily, but still there we can see a related picture and how they turned out yesterday. We can see NASA leader Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka at Ringoma Stadium, Nyamira County yesterday. We have also the People Daily for you, and this is what is holding this morning. Uhuru Raila in new vote hunt strategy, it says. With less than 3 weeks to go, presidential candidates set eyes firmly on swing battlegrounds, aiming to consolidate and shore up numbers in a tight race. That story continues on page 6 of the People Daily today. TZ opposition chief roots for Uhuru victory, it says also as a teaser there, a sidebar. And 33 in hospital with cholera symptoms. We give you all the gritty details as well in a news bulletin this morning. Let me try and show you what we have on the front page of the Standard. There seemed to be a problem with it, but I'll show you the hard copy. This is the hard copy of the Standard this morning. We're ready for you, it says. Post-election chaos. Away from public limelight, security forces are conducting joint exercises to break up protests and have imported new and deadly hardware such as water cannon vehicles, tear gas and additional guns and bullets. The IG is warning those who may cause violence that, quote-unquote, we are set. That story continues on page 8 of the Standard today. Also, you can see standalone pictures there, Uhuru in Malindi and Raila in Nyamira. This is on page 4, on page 5 and 6 of the daily, of the Standard, I should say, this morning. A quick look also at the Business Daily. Let me see what we have this morning. 11 banks to replace KLM in KQ's list of top owners. It says National Carrier rolls out a plan that dilutes current owners 95%. That story is tucked away on page 4 of the Business Daily. Also, Munga fails to stop Mauritian lenders' bankruptcy suit. That is a story that you want to follow also on page 4 of the Business Daily. US inflation charge help push power bills higher. You can find also the gritty details of this particular story on page 4 of the Business Daily and in good company. This is Kenyan athletes taking part in the IAAF World Under-18 Championships at Kasarani Stadium. Probably got the best support when at the weekend fans thronged the facility to cheer them up. And we have all the details for you as well in today's bulletin. Let's see what we have also inside the Daily Monitor in Uganda. Ugandans suffer mental illness around Christmas, it says. Alcohol and drug addiction, genetic predisposition as well as HIV are the major triggers of mental disorder. In Uganda, the increasing cases of mentally ill soldiers prompts Butabika to open a special unit to handle them. And this story continues on page 4 and 5 of today's Daily Monitor. Also a quick look at the Citizen in Tanzania, and it is holding this particular headline today. RCS's DCs out of control must be tamed. This is what activists are saying. Human rights activists plan to file a case challenging what they say is a law giving regional and district commissioners arbitrary powers. The story continues on page 2 of the Citizen. Coalition accuses leaders of routinely overstepping the boundaries of their authority. And bereaved, we can see Premier Majaliwa consoling Mwakyembe following the death of his wife. This is what is on the front page of the Citizen as well. And campaigners push for tougher anti-tobacco law is another story that you can read inside the Citizen today. In Tanzania still, we have Mwananchi Lowassa nitagombea urais tena mwaka wa 2020. That is what we have as a splash today inside the Mwananchi. You can follow his story as well. Let's see what we have this week also inside, not this really this week, but today inside the Taifa Leo. Amehepa mjadala. Amehepa mjadala. That is a probing question. Mbunge wa Jubilee asema ndiye atakaye mwakilisha naibu rais katika mdahalo huo wa leo. And this story continues inside the Taifa Leo as well. And fahari huku Kenya ikifanikisha maandalizi ya riadha za dunia. That is a story you want to follow also inside page 22 of the Taifa Leo today. This week in the East African, this is what is the splash. Campaign projects now in doubt as poll cost shoots to $50 million. Dear democracy, Treasury ponders budget cuts as revenues, I should say, deepen funding. One of the world's most expensive elections hits growth prospects. That full report is on page 8 and 9 of the East African this week. Also still, Bobi Wine, 6 new legacy. Will he fit in? Musician promises to change Uganda's leadership ethos amid skepticism. Also, South Sudan talks flop again as Kiir rejects Machar's participation. You have full report on page 12 and 13 of the East African this week. Also, we have, I want to show you what we have in the New York Times, but it seems I didn't load it up for you. A quick look also at the editorial cartoons that we have today. I will begin with what Stano has done for us inside the People Daily. Wild Under-18 Athletics Championships. This is how Kenya fared. Also wearing an unflappable smile there is our Kenyan athlete, according to Stano there inside the People Daily. We have also Iga inside Taifa Leo. Right, this is what the politicians are doing. Of course, preaching peace, but on the other hand, also spewing vitriol on social media. This is according to Iga. Let's see also what we have inside. This is the Daily Nation, also, Iga. And this is how it looks. Telcos will soon start using photos to identify those making deposits and withdrawals on mobile platforms. This is according to Safaricom recently reporting that, yeah, you need to also have your photos for you to be as an identification to make sure that you are genuine. This is what is in the Star today. It cannot, I repeat, cannot be cholera. This is what the government is saying. You can see also a vomiters, a person there. This is a government pointing to others. Food poisoning, identification, red, cholera, kipindupindu. Well, the debate goes on. We'll give you also all the gritty details of this inside our news bulletin today. And finally, I think that's all that we have inside the dailies. You can grab a copy of the Daily Nation for these riveting stories. And also, you can grab a copy of the Standard, the Star, whichever paper that really floats your boat. For now, let's put this horse into full run by looking at the highlights. Kenya rises on the table standings after 2 gold medals on the last day of the Athletics Under-18 Championship. President Kenyatta and his deputy back campaigning at the coast as they seek numbers ahead of the elections. And NASA seeks to locate Jubilee from perceived strongholds. Kenya finished 4th on the medal standings as the curtains came down for the 10th and the final edition of the IAAF World Under-18 Championships at the Kasarani Stadium. On the final day in front of a packed stadium, Kenya collected 6 more medals, 2 gold, a silver and a bronze.
Kenya ended their campaign at the IAAF World Under-18 Championships on a high, bagging 2 gold medals, 2 silver medals and 2 bronze on the final day at the Kasarani Stadium. Leonard Kipkemoi, Bet and Cleophas Kandia upheld Kenya's dominance in the boys' 2,000 meters steeplechase in the last edition when they swept to a 1-2 finish to collect gold and silver.
Off the crown of the bend to take the home straight, Mayan.
Bet crossed the line in a time of 5 minutes 32.52 seconds, with Kandia setting his personal best time of 5 minutes 33.07 seconds.
Through Mayan, and that is a huge leap.
Ethiopia's Alemu Kitesa was 3rd with his compatriot Girma Dirba 4th. Another gold medal came in as Jacqueline Wamboi ended Kenya's 8-year drought with victory in the girls' 800 meters final, in the process setting a championship record. Wamboi stayed shoulder to shoulder with Ethiopian Hirut Meshesha at the bell before bursting with 300 meters to go, pulling along compatriot Lydia Jeruto for a 1-2 victory.
And Wambui has just about got there from Jeruto. Goodness me, Kenya 1-2.
Jeruto set a personal best time with Meshesha coming in 3rd.
100 meters, Hirut Meshesha.
Ethiopia's Solomon Barega denied Edward Zakayo and Stanley Mboro gold in the boys' 3,000 meters final.
Victory for Ethiopia.
Zakayo and Mburu collected the country's final day silver and bronze medals. Kenya collected a total of 15 medals, 4 gold, 7 silver and 4 bronze, finishing in 4th in the medal standings.
Incredible scenes, incredible.
South Africa topped the medal standings with China and Cuba 2nd and 3rd respectively. Brian Otual, NTV.
Clearly.
Congratulations to our athletes. Now, the National Super Alliance, NASA, pitched tent in Nyamira County, where the opposition leaders accused the ruling Jubilee Party of discriminating against the people of Nyamira. They blamed the Uhuru Ruto-led government of what they termed as biased compensation of internally displaced persons from the region.
NASA Jubilee!
These people have rigged our country. They have rigged the country. They have rigged the lives of our people. They have rigged the lives of our children. Wameiba maisha ya watoto wetu.
NASA hawa! NASA yeye! NASA hawa! Tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8, uamuzi ni wa Wakenya.
Ati Raila atashindwa kura na Uhuru Nyamira. Hiyo ni kweli? Hiyo inawezekana? Wakitoka wanasema hatashindwa, wanataka tu only 30%. Hata hiyo mtawapatia? Mtawapatia hiyo?
We want to tell you, President Uhuru and your henchmen, including Ruto, Murkomen, na Duale, ya kwamba the office of the Chief Justice is a constitutional office, must be respected, and when you disagree with the judgment of the judge, you appeal. You don't attack the judge.
Walipokuwa nakuja sasa hapa Kisii kutafuta kura na Nyamira, wakaambia mnajua kuna IDPs huko. Walikuwa hajui kuna IDPs hapa. Msipopeleka hiyo pesa kwa IDPs, hamtakaribishwa sawa sawa. Alafu IDPs hapa wanalipwa 50,000, lakini kule kwa walipa 400 na shamba. Hapa wanalipa 50,000 pekee yake.
And President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto took their campaign to Kilifi and Mombasa counties, expressing optimism that they will win the August 8th poll by a big margin. They also dismissed claims by area opposition leaders that they have been dishing out fake title deeds, saying such leaders have no agenda other than spreading propaganda.
Mwenyezi Mungu akiwa atatusaidia na akituona, hawa watu tutawabwaga kwa njia kubwa zaidi hata ile tuliwabwaga safari nyingine.
Wale tunashindana na wao, mnajua sasa wameingiwa na tumbo joto. Sasa wanamangamanga kotini kujaribu kusimamisha uchaguzi, eti wa Kenya wasipige kura tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8. Watu wa Malindi mnataka uchaguzi isitishwe iende mbele.
Na tuwasema kutoka mwaka ujao, kila mama ambaye ataenda hospitali kujifungua atapatiwa kadi ya NHIF ambaye serikali itamlipia mwaka mzima. Tunaelewana? Na ndio yeye au mtoto wake wakiwa wagonjwa wanaweza kwenda hospitali ya serikali, ya misheni ama private na watibiwe bila kutoa hata ndururu moja. Nimejenga reli kutoka Mombasa mpaka imefika Nairobi. Kweli ama sio kweli? Kunaye mtu mmoja mmesikia amelalamika ya kwamba nimenyakua shamba yake. Hiyo si ni karibu kilomita 500 na kitu. Ndio nikuje hapa ninyang'anye watu eka 20 hapa.
Munasema kitendawili ianze ama kazi iendelee? Munataka porojo ianze ama kazi iendelee?
Wakisimama hapa ni kunitusi, waendelee. Hiyo waendelee. Wasifikiria kwamba mimi siwezi kulala kwa sababu ya matusi. Nalala na naendelea.
Malindi hii ilikuwa imejaa utalii, watu wanafanya biashara. Leo Malindi ni chafu, inanuka kwa takataka. Mimi nikiwa gavana tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8, Malindi itarudi kama zamani na biashara itaendelea. Pwani imebadilika. Kama pwani ilikuwa coded, tume-uncode na tutaendelea ku-uncode. Mfanyikazi mbaya siku zote huteta na vyombo vya kazi. Leo jembe mbaya, kesho sururu mbaya.
Now, Nairobi Senator Mike Sonko says NASA presidential candidate Raila Odinga is a bitter man and he is envious of his political success. Speaking while attending church in Embakasi South, Sonko said Raila, together with his running mate Kalonzo Musyoka, had approached him to run as Machako's governor. But when he refused, they turned against his Nairobi governorship quest. This as Nairobi governorship candidates crisscross different parts of the city trying to woo the electorate.
Remarks attributed to NASA presidential candidate Raila Odinga on Mike Sonko continue to be the focus at political rallies in the city, with those supporting NASA backing them while those in Jubilee discounting them. While attending Mass at the Holy Spirit Catholic Church in Embakasi South constituency, Sonko revisited the remarks, accusing Raila of trying to dissuade the electorate from voting for him. He says the matter is now personal. According to Sonko, the constant attacks on him by Raila are sparked by his refusal to jump ship and join NASA when they had approached him.
Hiyo ni machungu yao kwa sababu niko na video recordings, niko na audio recordings, lakini mimi ni kiongozi, siwezi taka kuaibisha Raila Odinga na mheshimu, siwezi taka kuaibisha Kalonzo Musyoka, huyo ni kiongozi wa kule kwetu Ukambani, isitoshe ni relative yangu. Niko na evidence ya kusema Kalonzo na Raila waliniambia nikuwe governor ya NASA Machakos, mimi nikakataa.
Sonko says Raila is a bitter man for having been rejected.
Lakini watu waongee ukweli, tuache kufanya siasa na maisha ya Wakenya. Hii ni siasa kudanganya Wakenya.
At various political meetings today, the subject dominated with the Jubilee side asking Sonko to soldier on and prove NASA wrong.
If you take myself and this other person, whom you know, who rolls on the ground, on the floor, who goes to meet Obama in torn trousers, and you have to go away and leave your children. Who do you leave your children with?
Kidero tunamwambia sasa, ile machovu yote tumefanya na ile uchungu tuko nayo kama wa Nairobi kwa sababu ya mismanagement ya county ya Nairobi. He should start packing because tunajua sasa Nairobi belongs to Jubilee.
The Nairobi governorship race continues to heat, with the campaigns getting to the home stretch. At Dagoretti Corner, independent governorship candidate Miguna was on a door-to-door campaign as he sought support in the August 8 duel. Together with his campaign team, they moved around the region giving out pamphlets that contained his manifesto, calling on the electorate to give the city a different kind of leadership.
Miguna says he's among the few politicians who walk door to door to make sure that they sell their agenda, other than promising the youth that they will give them money, which will only cater for them for a few minutes and not give them a better future.
The politics of Tumbo, the politics of today, the politics of 20 shillings or 50 shillings or 100 is only for this minute. This politics of transformation, the politics of vision, the politics of manifesto and policies and programs for the future is the politics of our children and great-great-grandchildren.
In Ruaraka, Kidero also called on the electorate to give him another chance as the county's governor. Kidero says his government had started many projects that he wished were completed. The race continues to heat up, with the candidates promising to transform the city and bring its glory back. Kennedy Muredi, NTV.
Well, the stage is set for the first running mates debate today. The debate will see 8 running mates face off in 2 debates that will be broadcast live on various media platforms. The debates will also accord the electorate the chance to interact with the running mates on matters of their respective parties. NTV's Brenda Wanga reports from the venue of the debate.
At the Catholic University of East African's auditorium, the very final touches are being made. The moderators are set, the questions are ready, the invitations have been sent out. Now, the countdown to the first of the debates is truly underway. First of the blocks will be the running mates in the debate. This will see 8 candidates, 7 men and 1 woman face off in the debate.
2 debates lined up. We have the first debate, which will start from 5:30 and end at 7 p.m. The next debate will start at 8 p.m. and end at 9:30 p.m. These 2 debates are determined by the criteria that we published and the one that was affirmed by the courts. Any candidate who will score more than 5% in opinion polls will form part of the 8 p.m. debate. Any candidates who are scored under 5% on 2 leading opinion polls conducted by Ipsos Innovate and Infotrack will debate in the 5:30 to 7 o'clock group.
The running mates will get a chance to discuss their manifestos as well as answer questions from the audience on different thematic areas that have already been determined.
And we believe that the candidates will be ready to account to the public come tomorrow evening.
While the preparations are complete and rehearsals to fine-tune every detail are also complete, there is still the question of attendance.
We've sent official communication to all the candidates, and we continue to have a conversation with them. A number of them have given us official communication in terms of our negotiations. Some of them have not officially responded, but we are getting some feedback from their teams. We continue to be hopeful that the candidates will be here tomorrow for the running mates and the presidential candidates on the 24th to account to the public of this country.
While the talks with the running mates are ongoing, the organizers of the debate insist that only candidates cleared as running mates will be allowed to participate in this debate.
Tomorrow we are having a debate for the running mates. Anyone who is not a running mate will not be allowed to debate.
Other running mates have already visited the venue of the debate to get a feel of the atmosphere as they prepare for the debate.
This will be the very first debate of its kind in Kenya, and the organizers of the presidential debates insist that it is important to give the electorate a chance to listen to what the running mates also have to say.
The presidential debates are a joint production venture bringing together over 7 media houses.
In months of preparation, we're looking at one of the biggest live productions with multiple OB vans combining different teams of over 200 crew members from over 7 media houses.
The next debate will bring together the presidential candidates and will be held at the same venue on the 24th of July. Brenda Wanga, NTV.